So we finished now with the author's purpose. Let's now go to another lesson. Also, it's related to it, which is tone of voice. For example, when I'm telling you, do your homework, and I'm in this, as you can see here, I'm being aggressive. I'm attacking you. But if I'm telling you, could you please do your homework? As you can see, I'm being kind. My tone of voice changed. Aha, you did your homework. That's very good. So as you can see here, I'm being supportive. So this is what we are discussing today. Tone of voice and the difference between tone and mood. So let's get started. Just 1 second. If you don't understand something or you want me to repeat, don't hesitate. Like as the picture here, the smileys we use, which we usually use in chatting with others, they have a specific message. They have a specific tone, right? Like this one in the middle, the orange one looks like disappointed. The one on the right looks like he is sarcastic or angry or making fun of someone. The one on the left here looks like he is excited, right? So we usually do this even while writing, not just while speaking. So let's see different tones and practice on that. So the tone is the attitude which you as the speaker or the writer treats his or her subject. What does it mean, the subject here? Subject is the topic, can be the topic itself. It can be the characters he has in the story. So this is the meaning of his attitude, the writer's attitude with his topic, the thing he is discussing, or the characters. And as we said, it's very similar to the tone of voice. And usually, by the way, we find that the tone of voice through the words, through the adjectives used and verbs as well. And we use them, of course, to describe the tone itself. We use adjectives again. So what is the difference first between tone and mood? The tone is how the narrator or the writer or speaker feels about his subject. This is the tone. The mood, how the reader, we as readers should feel. So just see the difference between those two things. So again, the tone is how the writer himself is feeling, the writer, not we as readers, how the writers feel about the topic. Mood, how at the end we should feel. And by the way, sometimes it can be different, like not both of them are the same thing. What does this mean? For example, let's say we have a story, and the story, the narrator is telling us about a boy who had an accident and he broke his legs, and he was very disappointed or depressed throughout the story. The narrator may be just telling you the topic in an objective way. He's not feeling sorry for him, but you as a reader maybe feel different than the narrator. You will feel sorry for him, maybe you will feel sympathetic with him. So it can be different, that the tone of the writer sometimes is different than what you feel. So again, the narrator is the tone, the reader, how we feel, is the mood. Some example tone words which we will use while describing the tone of our narrators can be jealous, loving, cynical, depressed, grateful. And anyway, you will have this list again on the Telegram. So if one of the words you don't understand, you can search search it on your dictionaries. Let's see those two different texts and see how the tone of the poet or the speaker here, we are still discussing the narrator, the one who is telling the events. Life's city ways are dark. Men mutter by the wells of the great water moan. O death, O sea, O tide. The waters moan like bells. No light, no mark. The soul goes out alone on seas unknown. What do you think his tone is? How he feels about the setting? But let's see the other one. The skies are sown with stars tonight. The sea is sown with light. The holes of the heaving floor gleam deep with light once more. The racing ebb tide flashes past and seeks the vacant vast. A wind steals from a world asleep and walks the restless deep. So as you can see, both of them discuss the sea and the skies. But which one of them is dark and dreary, like frightful or sad or so on? So which one do you think is dark? I can receive your answers in a message. Which one you think is not positive? The writer here is not positive or happy about the sea or so, or the atmosphere, the setting he is in now. Is it number one or number two? It's number one. As you can see, moan is like deep crying, death. The soul goes out alone on seas unknown. So as you can see here, he's being dark. The other one is more like bright and happy. And of course, depending on what the writer is doing or the narrator is doing, you will feel differently. This is the mood. Mood is how you feel, you. The tone is how he or she, the writer or the narrator. So as again, tone and mood are different but still related. Tone describes the narrator's attitude, while the mood describes how we feel. For example, a reader can feel scared for a character, even if the narrator is indifferent, like he doesn't feel anything he's just describing the events, but you feel scared or worried for the character. So it can be different. Not all the time they give you this, or they have the same feelings. You and him, you as the reader, him as the narrator. Narrator in case of stories, writer in case of non-fiction. So now let's practice, but let's go directly to Excel. Okay, guys, we will have two different passages. And then we will decide which one of them is kind of animated. What does it mean, animated? like full of movement, lively, has a spirit in it, not dull, or you will not see words like death, for example. So has life in it. Which one is more live? The pure black cat is such a noble, gentle, manly fellow. If well bred and trained, and he is capable of a very large amount of training, he is one of the best and most useful cats you can have in house. There is no namey pamminess about Black Tom, and no delicateness either. Okay, guys, let's continue. A curve of yellow, and Miss Sawney's Sandy had jumped the dividing wall between number 7 and number 9 in one movement. Which one do you think? The cat here, or whatever creature? Yes, the second one also about the cat. Which one, the cat here, is more animated, more energetic? Let me check your answers. Is it A or B? So we have Talal, Ranin, Nardine also answered. What about you, Eds, you, Karim, Ahmed? Who else? Wasim, Ahmed. So number 1 is B. As you can see, the cat here is moving, jumping from one place to another. But the other one, it looks like very calm and doesn't do anything. No actions. The cat did nothing, actions. The whole paragraph. Okay, excellent. Well done, Ranin. We had others also answered. Just 1 second, let me check. So the second one, I want you also to read very carefully. And by the way, those adjectives you must know. One of the most problems or challenges EST students or the high school students face, that sometimes they don't know the meaning of the words in the answers, like captivated. If you don't know the answers you have, so of course you will answer anything and you will not be able to choose the correct one. So you have your dictionaries, but anyway, I'll help you now. So captivated, like captured by someone. So her beautiful eyes captivated him. Captivate, like to control someone and take his attention. In a good way, okay? In a good way, not in a bad way. Okay, let's start. I freely confess. We are discussing whom, by the way, here, guys. We are discussing again the narrator, okay? Not how you feel. Forget about yourself. When you are asked about tone, you are asked about how the narrator feels, not you, okay? Maybe you will love what he wrote. Maybe you will hate it. We don't care about your feelings. We care about the narrator, the one who is talking in the text. So let's read it together. I freely confess that my heart glowed ardently as the sailors recounted like to say again, their wild adventures. His heart, what happened to his heart? The storms they had weathered. This is the wild adventures he heard from sailors. The dangers they had escaped, the wonderful creatures they had seen, and the interesting lands they had visited. But of all the stories, the most exciting were those of the Coral Islands. What do you think? How he felt? Not you. Second one, Baloo taught him to speak politely to the bees. What to say when he disturbed a bat in the branches at midday, and how to warn the water snakes before he splashed down among them. Baloo taught him, okay, this means it's third person point of view. This means, again, that's why all the skills are actually related to each other. This is third person point of view. This means that the narrator is not inside the story, just telling you what is going on. So probably actually without continuing, I should know the answer. So taught him how to speak politely to the bees, what to say when he disturbed a bat in the branches at midday, and how to warn the water snakes before he splashed down among them. All this will show you how much Mowgli had to learn, and he grew very tired of saying the same thing over 100 times. I remember this Mowgli thing. I think Baloo was the bear or something. I don't. But anyway, we're not speaking about the feelings of Mowgli. We're not discussing the feelings about Baloo. We are discussing the feelings about the guy who is narrating, who is not actually inside the story. This is what we are discussing. We are discussing the feeling of this man who is just telling us the events. Is he captivated? Is he interested so much about what's going on? Or it's fine for him, he's just telling us what is going on and that's all. So let me check your answers. Is he captivated, or which one of them the narrator is captivated, is like captured? When you see something very beautiful and interesting, or interesting movie or a YouTube video, you get captivated. Which one here the narrator is in this mode? We have Nijar, you answered B, right? Or this was for the last question?
No, I still answered B.
So we have Ranin also B, I think, or I'm not sure. Okay, we have from Iwan B, Nijar, Talal A, B not A, Mesh A, Talal B, Iwan A. طيب والباقي بقى, what about the rest? What about Ahmed and Wasim and Ahmed Hassan?
Mr. I wrote in the chat.
others' opinion confuse you. So as you can see, it's actually
Mr. Dia,
yes, Nadi.
I'm Ahmed. I wrote in the chat.
Okay. So actually, just two guys got it, Ewan and Nardine. I freely confess that my heart, when someone's heart, something with your heart, when you hear a story, so this means you are captivated. Here, the narrator is just telling us how Balu taught Mowgli something. He didn't, this narrator, let's say his name is Mustafa, we don't see any feelings or emotions of Mustafa, the person who is telling us this, that he is very captivated or like captured by what's going on. He's just telling you that someone was teaching someone another thing. Yes, it's interesting to have to speak.
أنا
But this is
تقريبا I don't
interesting for you.
understand the meaning of captivated. Is it
Captivated?
captivated like that? Like someone's capturing him? So
Yes.
he feels
Like capture your attention.
oh, okay. لا, I mean, I understood that captured, like he's feeling sad.
No, captivated like you watch a good video. I said it's captured in a good feeling, not bad way. So he was happy, or this guy who was telling us when he heard the stories and the wild adventures of the sailors, his heart glowed ardently because of what and so and so and so happened. So actually the tone can be inferred from here. It's excellent, those who got it right. Let's do another one, and then I will leave you with an online quiz, and we will come back when you finish, or I'll tell you when. Pity, when you feel pity for someone, you feel sorry for him. For example, you see some boy or a girl crying, so you feel pity for him. Okay, so let's read the last one. We are talking, don't forget, we are discussing the narrator. We are not discussing the feelings of the girl. We are not discussing the girl here. So the little girl walked. We don't care about the girl. We care about how the person who is telling the story or this paragraph feels, not about the girl. Remember this. We finished number one. Let's do number two. So the last one, I hope you will get it correct. Again, we are not discussing the girl in number one. We are discussing how the person who is telling the story feels about the girl. In number two, we are not discussing those boys or whoever. We are discussing how the narrator, the person who is telling the events, how he feels, not the boys. If you are ready, write your answer. We have the last one. Ranin did good job today. Talal as well. Yohan, Ahmed, and Nadia. Ahmed and Wasim, I'm not sure they are with us today. Or maybe they are sleeping. Ahmed, we are waiting for you. And Nadia, which one? Again, what is this emotion? Pity, to feel sorry for someone. When you see someone crying, you feel sorry for him. So which one you think is feeling sorry for what's going on with the characters? It's time to check the answers. Yes. Let's see why it's A, actually. It's A. So well done, those who got it. So the little girl on her little naked feet, which were quite red and blue, is cold, is just telling us what's going on, okay? But let's start from here. No one had bought anything from her all day. Nor, okay, it can be just objective and just telling us what's going on. Nor had anyone giving her even a penny. ولا حد حتى عبرها بشيلين. حتى, even this one gives some feelings. This just word, this adverb actually made me feel that even a penny, no one is giving her a penny. Shivering with cold and hunger, she crept along. Poor little girl. He's describing her. How she, not poor as like she doesn't have money, poor as like غلبان يعني حد غلبان. She was the picture of misery. Misery is like extreme awfulness and like you're not having a good life. So as you can see, he used 3 words to show how he feels sorry for her. Didn't give her even a penny. She's a very poor little girl, is she? Not poor because she doesn't have money, poor because of her situation. Nobody, even all people are ignoring her, and she is the picture of misery itself. So excellent for those who did it. A. Let me tell you now what you will do. I'll send you now a link on Telegram, and we'll come back in 30 minutes. This just 1 second. So you will open Telegram. I'm not sure it will work with or without an account. It's one of the quizzes. Just 1 second, please. Quizzes. You will be having like 20 questions, and all of them about the tone, which we were discussing now. You can use, of course, your dictionaries, and you have 30 minutes to answer this. After you finish, just write me in a private message how much you scored. Okay. So I sent you now the link. Just 1 second. You will find it on Telegram. Some people are not in Telegram, like, for example, Ranin and Ahmed as well, but Ahmed can join with his brother. So Ranin, I'll send you now my number. So what you should do now, you will download the Telegram, first of all. And then you will send me a private number, a private message to this number. And then I will add you to the group so you can see the link. Or let me actually send you the link here as well. Just 1 second. After you finish, everyone. So after you finish, send me your grade. Okay. So good luck. See you 11:30. Bye-bye. So we will come back, guys, 11:30. Okay. Now we will do the quiz. I sent you on this thing, this Telegram, as well. I've sent you on here. I sent you on the Zoom. And how to join the group, you will see my number. Again, I'll write it for everyone. And then send me a Telegram. You have to download the application first. And then send me a message so I can add you to the group. So see you 11:30. Bye-bye.